Action!
Hello. Welcome back to Queer Essential, episode 3. I'm Simeon Sims. We have the lovely Amor.
And DJ.
And Phil.
Can't all over now. Always.
And this is Queer Essential.
Alright.
I didn't
know this is what we was doing.
Yeah, you didn't know?
You lot just jumped in.
We was practicing in the hall.
Oh.
No, we was. When was this meeting?
Do you know what I mean?
It was improvised in our mind.
In it, we just got some going. Hey, it's gone. Hey.
We see each other.
Sorry, go
ahead. Alright, so today's episode is going to be about role models. And the first question... Yes, this ain't a game show, you know.
I don't know what it is, but I want to win.
Alright, woo! I think I'm going to ask you the first question. Did you ever have a role model growing up?
I never had a black gay role model growing up, but there was people in my family that I looked up to, and there was some of my sister's friends. Because my sister is 10 years older than me, so people that she was with and people that she's still friends with today that I looked up to.
Okay. Cartel, have you ever had a role model growing up?
My family, but definitely my grandmother has been the rock in my life for a very long time.
That too, actually.
DJ?
What does that mean?
I was going to say, I don't really like a role model, but my grandmother, who's someone who I look up to now, to this day, and she will always be. Really, that's it.
Mummy dearest. Always and forever.
Yeah, I think
always and forever. There is no role model higher than her, for me personally.
Growing up, I didn't think that I had a role model. I was like, I'm all alone. I'm all I've got. And then, growing up and you get wiser and, and it was like, Mummy. Mum's definitely a role model. And my 6 sisters. Yes, I'm one of 7.
Really?
And that's just on my mum's side. I've got other sisters and brothers on my dad's side. So, yes, it is a big family. But we like each other, so that helps.
Not love.
No, but love, of course we love each other. But I mean, like, you can love a family member,
Oh,
but
no,
not
no,
like them.
no,
You know what I mean?
I love you, I don't like you.
There's far too much agreement on that.
Mate, yes, I'm happy that there's love and like. So yeah, next question. Were there any, or do you feel personally, if there was any gay role models around while you was growing up as a teenager?
Question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like, if you want to, you just put
No, I messed it up. No, I'm not gonna go first, but I did mean to jump in. No, I think there were role models out there, but we wouldn't have seen that in our generation. There was stuff like I've seen some stuff from like the 1980s.
It wasn't so mainstream.
It wasn't exactly, so we wouldn't have seen it. So no, definitely not.
They would have existed, but we wouldn't have known who they were or
Exactly.
where they were, etc.
Well, I mean, I did because I mean, I was very much into poetry, growing up because that was like my escapism to write. Mm-hmm. So finding out about other gay writers for me, like even Langston Hughes, was like, oh, there's other people out there like me. Which was like, important. It was nice.
Yeah, like Langston. Okay.
No.
Another strong
no. There wasn't any, and I agree, Phil. There just wasn't any around at the time for us to know about when I was growing up. So no.
I think it's a lot different now in the sense of even stuff like this. What we're doing here today, we're being role models for other young gay people that didn't have this when we didn't have this when we were their age.
Yeah.
I know we should look at that in a positive light, but I don't think I want to be personally a role model for anyone.
Why?
Because it's a big shoe to fill.
I mean, but you don't have to fill it. Because you could
that's
just...
my point. That's why I don't want to be, a role model. I'm just me.
Yeah.
If you take from me, then I'm here for it. But
I
don't
think
follow after me.
Okay.
What might be for
You're not
me,
following after you,
not necessarily
but not following
I
after you, but
think-
teachers learning from you.
That's what I mean. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
But that might be the lesson.
I get what you're saying, but I think it's more about like honest visibility and representation. And you existing just how you are and however you want, and expressing yourself in the way you want.
So you keep dropping these gems, I'm all
the time.
No, come on, no, it's not fair, okay?
When we practice,
I'm need you to give me a warning. Let's do this.
When we practice,
let's do this. Jump on. So I know. I'm not ready.
When we practice, you lot said I wasn't speaking enough. So now I'm speaking.
Now you're
Let him
up.
speak. He's got the mic.
Now you're
Alright.
bombing.
My point
Send
is,
it to the stage.
Yeah, how about you like that? I'm not kicking out. Like, hey, Phil.
my point is like, you being yourself is gonna help so many people.
I hear you.
But that's it.
Yeah, because even I thought about it the other day, because I remember like times when like I've gone to Pride and I'll be doing the most, and that one time I walked out of Stratford down the street in a crop top and short shorts and high tops, and I was on the phone to my friend Naomi, and I was like, Naomi, I think I'm doing too much. People was bidding, people was shouting, positive and negative, but you know, and at the time I was like, ooh. And then when you go to Central, you're like,
You're
oh,
like,
hey, this is where the party
Ooh, we saved.
but then,
Yeah, what was that before? What was all that?
but then you don't know that someone could see that, a young person,
Yep.
and be
Yeah,
like,
inspired.
Yep.
oh damn, like that person's
Like, it's
walking down
okay to be
Stratford,
that way,
like,
it's okay
oh,
to do
maybe I could do that one day, maybe I just don't want to.
Mhm.
But yeah,
That's why
that-
it's important for us to like be ourselves.
Mm,
Because even us
absolutely.
being ourselves is like a political act in a way.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're gonna be anybody else. Being yourself is the best option.
Exactly.
That's very true, but people just refuse to be themselves.
Yeah. We'll save
They'll
that for
get there.
episode 5.
Eventually.
Okay.
TBC.
Next question. What was the last good deed you did? And I'll let you think about it. And whoever wants to jump in, you can jump in.
Can I
BBC
take
children in need? Sorry, go for it.
So, no, go. You say you're going to say, and I'm going to say a disclaimer.
We did like a donation at work for BBC Children in Need. Somebody that I've actually worked with in the past, who actually paid my bills for about 5 years. And so yeah, we rounded up a lot of money and donated for that. Also, my friend did a Every Child Deserves to Smile campaign that he put on GoFundMe, which I thought was really dope. And he raised, I think, £400 for that, and I chipped into that also to send gifts back to his homeland in Colombia. So yeah, that was quite nice. Yeah, that's my last good deed.
I'm going to say, I like good deeds being done, but
To you?
No. Oh, there's that. But not that. No, it's not really asking a question, but it's just something it's pet peeve of mine about your question. But you know, people record them themselves doing good deeds.
That's not good deed.
It's not good deed. It's like you're doing it for publicity, attention. I mean, and for me, it's like so. For me, I feel like good deeds don't need to be said. They just be done and just.
Yeah, you don't need that validation.
And so for me, like I've done a lot of good deeds, but like for me, it's like, and I couldn't sit here and say which. If I'm honest, because I've done so many little big things that.
But you don't remember the last?
I don't count them. The last thing I probably a good deed was probably. I do a lot of charity work, so I'll go to shelters, that kind of stuff. I definitely go every Christmas, and I definitely go when I can as well to sleep houses, that kind of stuff. But I just feel like it shouldn't be a thing where you get a certificate to do it or something like that. Just do it if you want to do it.
I remember
You just be genuine.
My last good deed was giving up my seat on the train. Amen's.
Was it?
Child,
old
elderly.
lady. But then sometimes you can't tell people's age these days. Like she could have been 42. They ain't old. But she looked like a good 60.
Someone screaming like this.
Yee.
Do you go?
Yee. Oh, I just looked down.
I look at it. I
Look at my phone.
I pretend to be asleep.
You know that gif with Diddy and the contestant when I just
Staring at each other.
his.
Oh gosh.
Ask me for the tea. Ask me. I'll probably give it to you, but don't look at me.
Not when it comes to kids though. Sometimes like I will tell people to get up out their seat. Like I'll be like, oh God, could you let this child sit down?
Would you?
Yeah.
Children can stand.
You know what? No, because
They've got energy.
Children can stand.
They're always running around. They can't stand for
I'll be so
10 minutes.
confused. I mean, is he talking to you?
No man, not when
But it's how? What? I hope you're confused.
Ciao.
Yeah, child. Can stand. To be honest.
Oh gosh. Good thing it wasn't you I was asking then. I would have asked you on the
You'd have been
train.
like, "Man, your business."
You know what?
Please and thanks.
Because when I was with my younger sisters, I used to do the same thing. Like, oh, could you let my younger sister sit down? Thank you so much. Oh. Don't even wait for them to answer. Just, oh, thank you.
Alright, for...
Oh, Lord. Anyone who hasn't
You just
answered,
like,
last indeed.
I agree with a lot of what you were saying in terms of you shouldn't really discuss. It's different because we're being asked, but I try not to mention that because I feel like
It's not something that needs to be publicised.
Exactly, and it feels like it takes away from the act itself, or you're doing it for a specific reason. But the last good deed, I think I would say, on Monday I went to get tested for like STIs and HIV and everything, And then as I was coming out of Dean Street, there was this guy, and he was asking for money so that he could get he could I think stay in a hostel or something. And like he said he had diabetes, and he showed me all these cuts on his legs. So I just withdrew some money and gave it to him. That's the last thing I did.
Oh, bless you.
That's so sweet.
Actually, while we're on the subject.
Right, now you're running with it.
No, I remember one of my friends said that he spoke to like a homeless person. He said, "What is the one thing you need?" And I think they said, there was a collection of people.
A house?
Well, yeah, but the collection of people said that they just want to be acknowledged because
it's not usually money.
It's not because
No,
hours go by and people don't even look in their direction.
Just want to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, so if you just make eye contact and smile, it can really
brighten up
improve.
their day.
Yeah, honestly.
Literally, there's one that literally sits by the train station outside Walthamstow. Every day, every
the
day
one.
I see him, I say hello. If
I think
I'm bringing home spare food or whatever, I'm just like, do you want it? Sometimes some of them are rude, they're like, no, I don't want this. But he just takes it. I'm just like,
I don't think
it's not much, I don't need it,
could be
so
vegan.
you know, here, have it.
They could be vegan.
They could be vegan.
You can't be homeless and vegan.
You can be. Once you're in the mode, you're homeless. Once you be homeless in that mode, that's good. I think
have a choice. I just want to say, for the writers out there, that is a great book. You can't be homeless and vegan. That needs to be a debate.
You can be homeless in certain modes.
Because if someone gives you if I give you my chicken and chips, you're not gonna eat it when you're starving on the streets in this cold because you don't eat meat. I understand if you want to be vegan or vegetarian outside of that. If you don't have a house,
I'm saying it only because I know I've seen it happen before. So I'm saying it.
Someone has said I'm a vegan.
Then you're choosing to be hungry.
That's how I see. That's how I see. You don't have a choice.
Well, that's your opinion, but she said I don't eat this.
No, you're choosing to be hungry. If you're vegan or not, you're choosing to be hungry.
She said vegan, but she said
Someone giving you free food, and you're gonna say no.
Maybe they're just waiting for that one
But
person who
food
comes by
doesn't
and gives
matter.
them vegan food all the time.
No, they need to.
It could be.
Not always.
They-
I've actually said to somebody before, somebody's asked me, can I get some food? And I've gone into McDonald's and be like, all right, great, I'll buy you this. And they'd be like, no, I want a Big Mac. And I'm like, sorry. But in that moment, I'm like, actually, you do deserve the choice.
And they
Like, if
want
I'm
what they
paying
want,
and
exactly.
ask for what you want in it,
Yeah,
I'm going to give it to you.
true.
But it does seem a bit wrong, but I wouldn't say you're homeless.
Well,
You don't
when
get
I
an
worked
option.
at a homeless shelter, sometimes
But you
we used to
literally
cook the food, and some
I
of
bought them a
them
Big Mac.
didn't want it. Because, mate, if you're homeless, they ain't got nothing to do with food. They could be picky with their food. It just means that you don't have a house. And just because you're homeless don't mean that you're a beggar or a tramp. They're all different things, but we just can put them in one box and just think they're all the same.
Yeah, but I think we were specifically talking about someone that is living on the streets that doesn't have money to get food,
Maybe
that
they
is turning
do.
down meat.
Then
because
maybe they
they're
do
vegan.
have the money. I've met people in the homeless shelter and they have money. One of them called Ben, he wore a suit every day. I was like, yes, Ben, come true, you look better than me.
Because Ben knows it's cool keeping appearances.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
You've got to show
Speak into
face.
existence, honey.
But alright, moving on. So you didn't answer. The last good deed.
I
You
chimed
didn't-
in. I chimed in on each individual's answers.
Okay.
I don't have a
You done it
specific
all.
answer. I don't think the last good deed I did. I can't think. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. That's just me.
I
being
know that's
honest.
not true.
You paid for lunch the other day for me. That was
There
nice.
you go.
Thanks.
Well, I don't classify that as a good deed. You're practically like family, so.
Well, you didn't have to.
Right, okay,
Of course
well, I
not.
guess that's my last good deed.
Alright, next question. Has there ever been a time in your life where you've had to give another person advice, and what was that advice?
Just so many.
Oh, several.
Alright, well, I'm going to start it off. And yeah, it's been a lot, but for me, it's been a lot of relationship. I don't know why people come to me with their relationships. I do like giving advice, but it's only because I'm single, and sometimes I think, oh shit, like.
And you see?
But it's how you give the advice, because I'm like, okay, you've got option A, B, and C, and then whatever you decide to do with that, then, but I'm just giving you the options. I'm going to tell you, I think that you should do.
See, I'm
this
just not going to say
because-
nothing in terms of relationship. I'm not saying
Yeah, more
anything.
steps out.
I'm not doing it. Because whatever you say is going to influence what they do eventually.
Maybe, but that's why you give them different
No,
options.
no, I've tried it all, honey. It always bites me in the ass. I'm
Really?
like, nope, I'm not doing it.
You don't want no
Not doing it.
responsibility.
No, I'm not
whatsoever.
doing it.
Take
I'm
your
not
fingerprint
doing it.
off
You're
that
grown.
mess.
You're grown. I will tell you what I think, but I'm not going to say, this. Nope, I'm not giving you no
Okay,
options.
fair enough. That's
no
fair.
options.
But that's good. That's good advice, though. You're telling me what I think. So what you think
No,
is.
what I think is not advice.
What is it? What is it?
What I think is not advice, honey.
What is
Because
it?
what I think might be very passionate and, might go over into certain things and I have to pull myself back like, oh, bitch, this ain't your relationship.
And
Calm
that's
down.
the thing as well. When
You
you start
get
when it comes-
invested.
Yeah, but you do. But when you're telling them, the person you're telling, they're obviously a friend of yours,
Exactly.
and then he comes to you for advice. But if you're not giving you telling how you think, they're gonna take what they want from it as
Yeah.
advice. So it's their advice.
You can't do it too long because
That's interpretation on your behalf, like, just because I'm sharing my
So you're
my opinion
on the situation.
doesn't mean that's my advice that I'm giving to you.
but they might think that it is.
That's what you think. That's open to interpretation.
So you're gonna. Wow.
But
That's open to
That's very interesting.
No, that's just how I am because every time I've tried to help somebody within a relationship, it always bites me in the ass whether I'm trying to be the good person or not. So I'm just like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just not going to say anything. However it plays out, I'm going to support you because I'm your friend. Unless I see you doing some fuckeries, then we're like, okay, bitch, like, hold up, because you're dragging me into this bullshit now. Like, stop. But apart from that, I'm like, nope, I ain't got nothing to say, honey. Zip it.
so anyone got any ideas? Can recall times when you've given someone
There's
advice?
There's too many. But I think the majority of them surround relationships.
Mm.
But the sad thing is that a lot of people don't want to listen. So people will be like, oh, I'm going through this. This is happening. And you're like, maybe you should try this. Or maybe you should do this. Or maybe you should do that. And then they ignore your advice. They go away.
And then they go, happen.
Gets worse. They come back. Oh, this is happening now. And it's like,
You didn't
it gets
listen
to
the
a
first
point
time.
sometimes where it's
You're
like,
okay,
I
wanna
can't
hear
talk
it.
about this anymore. I had to do that to someone yesterday. I was like, I'm not talking about this anymore because you don't listen and you keep getting yourself in situations. I can't help you because...
And that's the thing. It's like, here's the advice, but you go and do what you're gonna do.
Pretty much.
I think sometimes they just want, somebody to listen to them, to vent about the situation, etc.
Yeah, sometimes you got 2 days.
Half the time, they don't even care what you want to think or tell them to do. They just want to tell you what the hell is going on. That's it.
Don't
That
wait
is,
for
that
long
is
time.
actually true and probably true in this case, but it's just...
But when it's the same thing, like, don't you
It's
feel like
literally-
you're breaking up with someone?
It's literally the
Like-
same situation. You know when someone's just not... Two people are just not destined to be. And like, it's ended, but then your friend keeps going back. And then keeps getting heartbroken. And then coming to you saying, oh, what should I do? And it's like, just leave them alone.
God.
Take some space. And like, just move on with your life.
I've had that situation. I do it with them all the time, actually. That's why I'm so quiet about it.
And that's why I give them no eye contact.
You just be quiet in this corner of it.
The love is there and it always will be,
Yeah,
but
love
in terms of him personally, I just have nothing to say.
No.
Nothing to say.
I spent so long being the person that gives the advice, and now I'm like, let me just take it all. I've exhausted them all.
Oh, bless.
Never mind.
Yeah, but I had that point where I can still listen to you and shut off at the same time.
Yeah, rank.
It's called love.
Anybody else? No. All right. Next question. Are you a part of any LGBT community groups?
No.
This one.
That is very essential.
Oh,
DJ.
Feels a part of everything.
Yeah.
Feels a part of
feels like
everything in
which
life.
one should I mention on
I
camera?
can't think of any off the top of my
It's
head.
on everybody's
You in it,
Instagram,
you
on
in
every program.
everybody's-
Everybody's.
What you trying to do?
He's
That's,
one of
that's
us.
not. I'm not in a group. I wasn't in a group.
Okay, but
I
your
saw
toes
them.
dipped in every other pond though.
I'll take that.
Okay.
But I'm not in any. Well, actually, other than Blackout. Actually, Blackout would be the main one.
Oh, look at you wearing that top. Go on, stand up. Give us a
Promotion.
twirl.
Hey.
If I stand up, you will see me.
Okay. Go on, tell the audience how tall are you, Phil?
I'm 6'5".
Woo!
Nice treat of client. I'm just saying.
We like trees.
DJ.
Huh?
Huh?
What's going on there?
Don't be talking about the question. I don't know what you heard.
Are you a part of any LGBT community groups?
Is your little hot girl flustered? Bring it back. Okay.
Trying to
Okay.
come down the tree again.
Oh, you're trying. Oh, you're on the way back down from the tree. Oh, child.
Let me tell you. No. I've been a part, but at the moment, currently, no. I'm just actually focusing on myself.
What ones were you a part of?
One called Shout. You was part of that. Obviously this one. Also there were community-based ones as well. So like the one right now, actually one in I call a theatre. Actually, I'm a part of that as well. So we're doing theatre groups.
There you go.
Yeah, I see. I don't do bits.
It's all coming back to you now.
You know when you start talking.
Ah.
And if I knew my tongue was tied for a minute there, but she's now loose.
Oh.
What's her name? What's her name?
What?
Lucy.
Your tongue's called Lucy.
Lucy.
Oh, okay.
But use it and you see. Hey.
Ooh, Lucy, use it and you'll see.
Hey, come on.
All right, girl.
Oh, child. Oh,
Come
no.
on now.
Do you think everyone should be in the do you think that everybody in the LGBT community should be campaigning for LGBT rights?
If you benefit from them, well, you
Why
do
not
that. So.
necessarily?
Because if it's not something you're passionate about or feel comfortable about doing, then why should you? It's an option, yes, but you don't have to do it. You don't need to be seen as an activist or just to be a part of the LGBTQ community, to be supportive. No, that's my personal take.
I feel like you can support in many different ways.
Exactly.
You don't have to be like an activist or be out there shouting from top of the blocks, you know. But I mean, so I don't think people who blatantly outright deny or just ignore things, then that's what I feel. I don't think that's right. Like they don't say it even if it's bliss. That's nonsense to me.
And most people that
Just have
use
to
that
live in-
platform for what it should be, it's not what they're actually doing. So therefore,
So
That's true.
question was what? Sorry.
So do you think that people
Honestly, because I heard it, but then I think it went.
do you think that people in the LGBT community should be campaigning for LGBT rights?
Could be.
Yeah. I
could
would,
be, but should be. I wouldn't
Should
think.
strong,
should be
yeah.
too strong.
Because you're saying that I have to do it, so no, yeah.
Well, I agree with you because I mean you don't have to be like shouting from the rooftops and be like, oh yeah, look at us, and you know, because I mean there's different ways to do it, and there's different ways of being a role model, and even when we spoke about just us being ourselves, you know, you don't
Exactly
know
what I was
how
gonna
many
say.
people
That
that helps.
that is politics. Even just being yourself is like a fuck you to society.
Yeah. Yes, Dr. Phil.
Do you know how long
The title.
Just bare time I've done this, Dr. Phil. Bare time, I didn't say it.
Come true teacher.
Come on.
I think I am an activist, so it's a tricky one. I do believe that I think that not everyone in the community has to be involved and have to be campaigning and fighting, because if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. But what I think every person of the LGBT community should do is learn about the history. Because I think that there's a serious issue with our generation in the sense of the people before us have done a lot for us to get to where we are now, and we wouldn't be able to do things like this if it wasn't for them. And we should look back on what's been done for us. That's what I think.
I agree with that. Just be aware of why you're standing here today. So he's put you on that
Why it's
platform.
possible.
Amen. Next question. What advice would you offer to someone in the closet?
Stay in it, girl.
Did you say stay in there?
Stay in the closet, girl. I don't have got time for it. Sorry. Nope.
I'll say
Can we have a backstory to this question?
All right. Oh, what? We need another scenario.
We need terms and
There's many.
conditions.
Listen, I've dealt with a lot
Alright.
of underclub.
Well, no, because
She wants
well, that's the thing. Because when it comes to people in the closet, I mean, there's so many different sort of aspects
Exactly.
of
So
people
can we have a
in the closet.
scenario?
Well, I mean, from your personal experience, what could be one positive thing that you could say that might
With
influence?
yourself?
No,
Be
to
yourself.
that. That's
Be
what you're
yourself.
saying.
No, I'm asking you, you're saying to yourself or to somebody else?
No, to somebody else.
Be yourself.
Okay.
Be comfortable enough within yourself. Trust yourself, or like my friend Cartel said the other day, put some trust. Put some weight on your trust. Put some weight on your trust. Literally, that's the only way you're gonna progress in life. If you constantly live in the closet and worry about what people think, people say, you're never gonna be happy because you're constantly living to please people in regards to what you do sexually in the bedroom. No.
Thanks for that.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not here for it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just not here for it. What I do with somebody in the privacy of my bedroom is nobody's business. Period. So if I want to go out there and do that, then that's my issue. But bedroom, hotel, house, wherever, girl, you could be doing it on the street corner.
What's for sauna?
Who?
Alright, let's stay on topic, guys. I don't know how we ended up in the hotel
I
bedroom.
don't visit them places. But yeah, that's my advice. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah. Well, I used to say the same thing when I used to work in the schools doing the volunteering and like just emailing schools saying, please let me talk at your school, and then go there and talk about homosexuality, spirituality, identity, all that stuff. And, you know, telling that, just being real with them and saying, you know, this wasn't the plan. I didn't plan, you know, my life. I didn't think my life would be like this. Like growing up, I didn't think that I'd ever be gay or like,
Triggered.
you know, out of the closet and like, you know, doing what I'm doing. Mate, I was supposed to be in LA right now, being a backup singer and dancer for Beyonce and Rihanna, and
Why
you know,
backup?
with
Why backup?
no, because like, I have to be honest with myself. You know, you gotta keep it real. I'm trying to not lie. And with wife and kids, and that was the plan, like growing up, because that was kind of what was expected of me, what I was supposed to do. But then now, like telling them that, and like where I am now, you know, working for doing this, you know, it's kind of eye-opening. And I tell them, just learn to also love yourself, but then on the other side, learn to change. Change happens, and what you think that your life is going to be like at that moment while you're still young, it might completely change. And who's to say that, you know, the thing that people are criticizing you about isn't going to attract you to your future partner, or that little quirk that you have isn't going to get you your future job. Yeah, so you need to like just grow and take time, and because
get you some gay friends. That definitely helped me. So
Yeah.
at 16, struggling with being gay and wanting to come out, even though acceptance all around me. The one thing that really helped me and really guided me was actually stepping onto like the gay scene and getting myself some gay friends, and then allowing them to help me to feel comfortable, because before that I really wasn't. So once I integrated myself into the gay friendship circles, and you kind of get a better understanding for who the LGBT community are, it just made it so much easier for me to accept it within myself. So that's something I'd definitely recommend somebody who's struggling, who's in the closet. Get yourself a gay friend. Like if it's just one person and nobody else needs to know about them, like have that relationship with that person, because they will teach you things that you don't know. So definitely do that.
I didn't. Growing up, I
Don't know
didn't
where to
feel
find
like I missed that or missed out on that. Like,
Like you had a queen family.
Well, I had 6
Queen for
sisters,
that.
but I mean, like, it's different. So, porn was my education, honey. That just taught me.
He was what?
Porn was my education. That's how I learned.
Porn.
Porn is only going to teach you one
No,
thing.
all the
That
show
is so
said it.
nice.
Well, you know,
One thing. That's actually really cool.
that was
Yeah,
that
that's
was
only
all
going
I
to teach you
knew.
one thing.
And it's not
That's
even,
why I'm
not
still
even
out here on these streets.
One thing. You got to surround yourself by something that you don't understand in order to learn about it. That's the way I look at it. So
Yeah, no,
if you're
absolutely.
unsure, then surround yourself by go to the gay clubs. I went to the gay clubs on my own. Like I literally went to heaven and stood in there like a little loner on my own. I had a
Same.
drink and people started speaking to me, and through that I built friendships. I met more, I met whoever else. But that was my journey, so that I could understand it a bit better. So that I wasn't having the same sort of judgments everybody else was. So just go out there and be out there. It helps.
DJ?
I totally forgot the question is.
We're losing him. We're losing him.
No, DJ's done.
What advice would you offer to someone in the closet?
Okay,
Okay. Why did you just pose?
I was thinking about the closet itself first of all.
Was you reaching out? Like, was
No,
you?
because they could come out of a messy closet. You know, let's say that they could have come from a messy background. No, listen, this is the
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's be serious now for a second.
Let it
Oh
out.
my
At the end of the day, the messy closet could be that they could be like some self doubt. They could be coming from abuse. They could come from anything. All I say to them is like, it's hard pill to swallow, but you know whatever you've been through, you have to actually accept it and own it, because others will never get through it. And it's like the storms you go through, all that stuff, and all the pain. It literally, it will go, but it's not going to feel like it's going to go. So I told them just accept it. And it's hard to accept anything you're going through at the moment, but if you do accept it, trust me, you go away quicker. And I say to them, accept your truth, accept your story, and walk your path. And that's what I say to them.
Your past shouldn't define you.
It
No,
shouldn't.
and it
But sometimes
shouldn't.
it's hard for people
Shouldn't.
to
It's
accept
hard,
what is
it's
going on
hard,
around
and
them.
I'm
So
guilty
you
of
have
that
to
And
myself.
that's why if you accept it, you know that's because you didn't choose that to happen to you. So
Exactly.
if you accept that it happened, you can push it away and let it go. But if you don't accept it, then you're always saying to yourself, what happened, why, when, what, when.
Yeah.
Questions.
I think it's about, having that kind of acceptance within yourself. Because, I mean, some people, when you said about the messy closet, like, I don't think that everybody should be out the closet, because some people, like, you will get killed, depending on who your family is or where you are in the world. And, so everything isn't for everybody. So, but my thing is how do you feel on the inside? Which I think is...
And that's the worst thing, because when you feel you can't come from it, you're literally trapped inside yourself, and that's the worst feeling ever. Do you know what I mean? It's the worst feeling ever. So it's a sad thing that some people actually cannot come out. And I feel like that's something, when you say that the word should, that everyone should be able to be themselves and should be able to come out, but not everyone can.
Yeah.
So I think to just hold on to your truth, and just one day you will be able to though.
One day you'll be free.
One day.
Amen.
Phil, did you answer?
No.
Phil, do you wanna answer?
Jump on it.
Jump on it.
I wrote an article about like kind of.
Excuse me.
This one.
We're back.
There we go.
I think
go.
you should just put your business
So
card
we're gonna have author, doctor.
You know what I mean?
How many titles, sweetie?
It's just 3.
Activist.
Just
Come on now.
Well, I wrote an article about coming out because I went to an all-boys Catholic school in East London, and all of my friends around me were straight black guys, and like obviously I come from a West African background, so there was that and the cultural and expectations and all of that stuff, and it kind of blew up, and it was reaching a lot of people in Africa that were messaging me saying, you know, I can't come out where I am, and what should I do? And I'm like 44, I still haven't come out and all this stuff. So I was giving a lot of people a lot of different advice, but I think it was each tailored to the person and that period of time. But I think it's what the issue is that we just don't have a lot of references. Like when we were younger, there was nothing to look up to accept ourselves. So it's just about trying to reach those people that are out there doing those things. And I think things like social media have helped. Like, so I think try to reach, if you like, kind of going off what you were saying, getting friends.
Yeah.
Try to, even if you can't make those friends, then try to reach people online.
Yeah.
If that can help you.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely helped me, so I agree. Helped.
Nice. We've actually reached our last question already.
Oh,
That was quick.
What advice would you give?
That was quick.
I said already. I was talking quite a bit. That's why we lost you.
Salmon.
No, there is.
You need to check your battery for real.
When I get hot, I get on a cough. I'm really hot.
DJ was just like, yeah, this is educational.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
it.
No, it's really hot. It's like, what's happening, guys?
Oh my
But I'm
god.
back now.
Oh, you back?
She
You
back?
back?
Is the pause?
Oh no.
Is she coming in?
She's back.
Okay.
All right.
Welcome.
All right. So in general, on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident would you say that you are as a person?
Right now?
I would right now, right in this second, I would say I am a 7.5.
I'm gonna go 1, but I'm gonna give you an 8.
Oh, okay.
Bitch, I love myself. I might doubt it sometimes, but I love myself. Honey.
Why are you looking at me?
What are you looking at there for?
Honey,
Ask the question. Come
why are
on.
you looking for the answer? This
Because don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Because there was no order. Because you went and she went. Because you could go this way like this. Well, you're not gonna do that. So.
all right.
I'm gonna go with. I'll go with an 8.
Okay.
An 8. I thought, yeah.
Nice.
An 8's alright.
Well played. Well played. I'll say a strong 6. I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah, strong 6.
I'd genuinely go with 10.
Yes. Come on.
Alright. Come on
Alright,
now.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, no.
Can I just say that I'm not 10 just because I'm ill? So
No.
I'm a little under the weather, so you know I'm a bit slower today. But I would go with 10 generally. How dare you?
Oh gosh. All right. Well, that is a
Well done,
wrap.
Phil.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Queer Essential. Queer Essential. Queer
Oh, now we're
Essential.
remixing the tune.
It's a solo.
Basically, like,
It's a
honestly,
solo.
I don't know where it was going.
And then so if you haven't seen episode 1 or 2, gonna give out our Instagrams again. So check us on Instagram, Queer Essential. You can find them more.
And androgynous _ dog. Don't know what that was.
And
Chop
cut.
that out. Retake.
I'm all real life. Try that again, please.
Androgynous _ dog. Hey.
Alright. Simeon.sims or Sexy Time Inc.
You in this sexy time in, girl.
Honey, check it out.
Okay.
Nasty.
I'll be posting and watch.
Instagram Rougie Baby. That's BABEY.
Minus idiosyncratic XL.
We'll get that written to you guys.
Just get a dictionary. So
I like to be unique.
Oh, you sure is.
One cartel only.
Wicked. Alright, thank you for tuning in, guys, and we shall see you next time.